My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. We have a big week with UFC 262 and a big promotion from Monkey Knife Fight. If you didn't watch my individual video breaking that down, let me walk you through it. This week, Monkey Knife Fight is giving anybody who plays $20 or more a free $10 if Jacob's lock of the week wins. So lots of pressure on Jacob this week. So
all
again,
on you, Jacob.
Lots of pressure. You're going to owe a lot of people money if you get this wrong. So again, this week, go into Monkey Knife Fight. Go to playmkf.com/wewantpicks. Deposit money using promo code WWP. They'll instantly match that money, give you free money. Take that free money, play $20 worth on some of the lines that we're about to walk through for you. And then you win triple. And if Jacob's lock of the week wins,
when it wins,
you'll wake up Sunday morning with 10 more free dollars. UFC 262 is an exciting card top to bottom, and also one of the trickiest cards we've had to do in DraftKings because almost every single fight is like $8,000 range. There's so much money here. It's incredible. I have built multiple lineups and I've ended up with $900 left over, and I just keep bouncing all over the place. You can almost afford anybody you want. So this is a very good card to make some real money on because people's lineups are going to be all over the place. So let's walk through our full lineups. I will go through mine. Dan and Jacob will go through theirs. So let me walk through what I've got going on here. Right out of the gate, I've got Michael Chandler in the main event. We just did a full breakdown of that fight. I just think Michael Chandler is a champion. He was the Bellator champion. He has championship mentality. He has unbelievable wrestling, and he has unbelievable power. So obviously his opponent has phenomenal striking and phenomenal jiu-jitsu. I just think Chandler has been there. He's been in these giant moments. He's fought for a title. He's won a title. He lost his title. He won his title back. And I just think Michael Chandler's going to get it done. At $7,500, he's a great price. That wasn't a factor for me because I have enough money here. But at $7,500, he is a great price. Then I have Beneil Dariush over Tony Ferguson. I think Tony Ferguson he's just not the same person after he lost to Justin Gaethje. He took more damage than any other human being on the planet could have taken. His next fight out, he just looked like a shell of himself. Beneil Dariush is on the exact opposite trajectory. He's riding a wild win streak. He's beating people any way he wants to beat them. You know, he's got power, he's got wrestling, he's got jiu-jitsu, and I think he's just looked amazing. He's going to continue to look amazing. And as I mentioned, everybody's pretty affordable. $8,600. He's going to score a ton of points. He's a legitimate favorite and should be. Then I'm going with Burgos over Barboza. This is a tricky fight. This is a very tricky fight. Burgos comes out 1 million miles an hour. He throws 10,000 punches to make it happen. And I just think he is going to score an enormous amount. When we did the individual fight breakdown, we talked about Edson Barboza's leg kicks and how, dynamic he is. But at the end of the day, he is at the end of his career. He's on a little bit of a losing skid. I just think that's going to continue down that path. I think Burgos has too much power, too much volume, and he's too willing to get hit in the face. Meaning Barboza is a counter striker. He'll stay in the pocket. He'll throw a counter. Burgos is just going to eat that counter and just continue to march forward, throw his own, score a ton of points, and potentially stop Barboza. I'm going with Shevchenko over Lee. I have messed with this 200 times. I keep popping her in and out of my lineup. When I take her out, I put Jacare Souza in. When I take her out, I have had a ton of money for other people. But I'm going to keep her in there for now. I mean, she's the better striker for sure. And it's just going to come down to, does Lee grapple Shevchenko? If Lee comes out there with a wrestling heavy game plan and takes Shevchenko down, she can win this fight. But I'm hoping Shevchenko is, well, she's absolutely the better striker. So I'm just hoping, we're all hoping that she worked on her takedown defense, keeps it at distance, picks apart Lee, and just does whatever she wants to do on her feet and gets that fight done. At $9,200, it is a lot of money considering that Lee does have a path to victory. If you don't like that pick, swap in Jacare. I'm going with Grundy over Venata. This is the most confident person I have in my lineup. Grundy is an absolute wrestling machine. He's going to score 1,000,000 points in takedowns, in top control, in significant strikes. That's a no-brainer. And I'm very confident in that pick. And then I'm going with Kevin Aguilar over Lutz. Kevin Aguilar is on a 3-fight skid, but if you look at those fights, they're very close fights to very good opponents. He is the more experienced fighter. He is dirty, right? He comes in with dirty boxing. He's got heavy hands. He can make it ugly. Lutz is coming in. It's his big UFC debut. There's a crowd. He didn't get scooped up off of the Contender Series because he was boring. So I'm thinking the stars align here. I think Lutz wins his next 12 fights, but I think he loses this one. And I'm really going with experience over sort of youth and natural ability, if you will. Aguilar is grittier. He's dirtier. He's got the experience. He's been in the UFC for a little while. So I think he gets it done at $7,900. I can make some of the other moves I have here. We'll see if any fights drop. That's probably the one I'm going to work out first. But for now, this is my lineup. I'm fairly confident. I'm unbelievably confident in Grundy, just marginally confident in Aguilar. But that is my lineup.
I tell you what, that's Shane Burgos. I love that Shane Burgos fight. Man, that guy's tough. I love that guy. He's from the Bronx. He comes from a good family. I love that.
You sound like Razor Ramon in a WWF vignette or whatever they are. Seriously, I'm going to play you a Razor Ramon clip. That's what you just sounded like.
Did you just put in a second lineup? What's going
on?
No,
I told you I have 2 lineups because every time I swap out Shevchenko and Souza. So that's what we have here. So I'm on the Shevchenko one now. That's the one I'm sticking with, but I've made that switch 100 times. So let's go ahead and build your lineup on the fly, Mr. Jacob Lyons.
Yeah, I didn't. So let me build a 4th and a 5th lineup here, and then I'll tell all my
I've been very open that I made that switch 100 times.
I mean, unreal. First of all, give me Tucker Lutz as my first pick. I love that you pick Aguilar because that makes me feel even more comfortable with Lutz. He's going to get it. He's going to come in, use his grappling ability, take him down 100 times. And what the hell is going on Dan's screen right now? I don't know what that is.
What is going on? Oh, Razor Ramon.
Oh my God.
Dude, this show is coming off the rails. There's people watching
Razor Ramon
never watched before. And then Jan copyright infringing.
Razor Ramon, Jacob.
Oh, you are getting copyrighted now. Just absolutely dominated. Yeah, I like Tucker Lutz to win this fight. I see Aguilar. You like Aguilar? I don't know why. He's low volume. He's slow. He's got decent power. But I like Lutz to just be able to use his grappling and dominate this fight. He's a good enough striker if he needs to strike. So I'm pretty confident in Lutz use his grappling ability. Up next, I have give me Jamie Pickett. I have Jamie Pickett in this fight against Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright gets hit a lot. And he got hit a lot in his last fight against Buckley, who's a southpaw. Jamie Pickett's a southpaw. Every time that Buckley came over with that straight left as a southpaw, he just absolutely connected it on Jordan Wright's nose and just obliterated him. I think that Jamie Pickett finds a way to do the exact same thing. Maybe Jordan Wright uses grappling, but for $8,100, I like him to be able to put hands on Wright, and I think that Wright goes down early. So I have Jamie Pickett. For my third pick, give me I'll do Mike Grundy. I agree with you. I think this is the lock. I think now that I think we all think that this is a lock, we're going to get burned because Veneta can throw some wild stuff, and I can see him maybe getting an early knockout because we're all going Grundy. But Grundy definitely should win the fight. He's the better grappler and just like a world-class grappler and wrestler. He should be able to get the fight and dominate. So I wouldn't Grundy in that fight. For my next pick, I'll go with Shevchenko. I see this as, when I first started watching Andrea Lee, I really like her ability. She's very good everywhere. You mentioned her wrestling. I see her more as judo throws. I see a lot of throwing. I don't see a lot of just single legs and double leg takedowns, where the Shevchenkos, if you watch Valentina, she is phenomenal at using the clinch and using that weight and throwing girls to get on top of them. So I'm just assuming that the older sister is going to be just as good in that. Obviously, she's a better striker. I think she can neutralize Andrea Lee in this fight. And this was another situation. I agree that the $9,200, it's kind of a lot, but it's almost like I'm spending the money just to spend the money, because I don't feel great about Shevchenko, but she is $9,200 and she fills out my lineup. So I went with Shevchenko. And next, I think we have some sort of promo. Do you want to push a promo, Angelo, about, Monkey Knife Fight? What's going on there?
Yeah. So Monkey Knife Fight is another daily fantasy option. Instead of building lineups and competing against other people, they have significant strike props. And you go ahead and you play those daily fantasy props. So, for example, they'll show fighter A will throw 100 significant strikes. Fighter B will throw 50, and you pick the more or the less. This week, they've done a special promotion just for us.
And for Jacob, basically, let's be serious.
For Jacob, they've done it for Jacob. Basically, after you go to playmkf.com/wewantpicks, and after they instantly match your first deposit when you use promo code WWP, if Jacob's lock of the week hits and wins, and you played $20 on any of their daily fantasy prop lines, they'll give you 10 free bucks. You'll just wake up Sunday morning with $10 free in your account that you didn't earn.
Free $100 when you deposit. And then if Jacob makes the pick right, you get an extra 10.
When
Jacob makes the pick.
I would like everyone to stop right now in the comments and write what you're going to buy with your $10, because this is the easiest $10 you'll ever make in your entire life, because Vivi Arroyo is going to dominate this fight. I honestly, I know I blow a lot of smoke in a lot of fights, and I'm overconfident a lot of times in a lot of fights. I'll take that on me, but I honestly have no idea how Caitlin's going to win this fight. No idea. Maybe she wins on points, but I just think Arroyo's pressure is just going to eliminate her being able to be in and out and touch on points. So this is like my most confident lock of the week I've ever had. And thank God, we have that promotion running with Monkey Knife Fight. Thank you guys for running that promotion with me. You say it's for me. It's not for me. It's for the people. Everything for me is for the people. So they understand it's, this channel is about the people. So Monkey Knife Fight reached out. They ran the promotion for the people, free $10 when Arroyo wins his fight, going to dominate the fight.
So if we get 1 million people of Jacob's fans, that's $10 million they're going to give out when he gets the lock of the week right. So.
And I think you're underestimating the amount of people. I mean,
you might be right. It might be 10 million.
It could be 100 million. We don't. I mean, I know, but I saw how many votes came in for me for King. So,
and the other thing is if he doesn't get it right, Angelo and I will be sending out both his Venmo and actual physical address. So
there's no options. Let me stop you right there. This is the most confident lock of the week.
Or you can show up at his place, whichever one you want to do.
It's not going to happen. This is the most confident lock of the week I've ever had. So then my last pick, I'm going for the main event, and I have $8,800 left over. So I'm going Charles Oliveira. I just feel like he just finds a way to get that submission win. I think that Chandler's going to come in and try to use his grappling and his wrestling, and Oliveira just does what he does and just finds a way to choke him out. So that's my lineup. Last week I went 5 for 6. I almost went 6 for 6. I got the lock of the week back to back. Dawkins was dominating that first round, so I almost went 6 for 6 last week. This week, if you noticed, if you guys rewind and looked at my dollar amounts, my only underdog on the card is the lock of the week. So we're going 6 for 6 this week. It's very, very easy, guys, and you're welcome for the $10.
Well, it's I like your lineup. Honestly, we're heads up on one fight here, but it's a solid lineup. This whole card is solid. Everybody's affordable. There's a million different options and ways to do things. So Dan, why don't you walk us through what you're doing?
I'm literally still in the middle of changing. I feel like the winning lineup this week is going to be somebody who leaves like $3,000 worth of
I completely agree.
DraftKings dollars, in their wallet. Because I mean, it is
Yeah,
I keep ending up with Shevchenko. I keep telling myself I don't want her. I'm like, I have all this money left over. I think the
Hermanson fight dropping screwed everyone, for me at least, because I wanted Hermanson at $9,100 and would have felt good about it. And then it drops, and now it's like, I agree that I had a ton of money left over on one of my lineups too.
I'm going to be doing some multi-entry stuff this week. I've been getting into that lately. Oh man, there's going to be all sorts of scenarios in here. But all right, let's go with my lineup right now where I'm at. This is what I'm feeling good about. And I'll save my last one for the one that I've literally flip-flopped 5 times in the last 10 minutes. So I got Shevchenko, $9,200. She's expensive, but I keep ending up with extra money. I think she's going to score a ton of points. She should win this fight. I'm assuming she's been working on her takedown defense, and she's not going to let what happened to her in the Chookagian fight happen again. If this is a striking fight, she should win. She should score a ton of points. So I'll spend the $9,200. Then I got Mike Grundy. Not as confident as Angelo, but I do think he should win this fight. I think he's going to use his wrestling. His striking is not terrible. I think Venata is a wild man early and could land something wild, but I think 9 times out of 10 that won't happen. And I think Grundy's going to dominate that fight. So for $8,200, that's a pretty good value in a fight that I think he should also score a bunch of takedowns and get a bunch of points. Then I have Charles Oliveira, $8,700. We broke that down in our separate video. Going to be an interesting one to see game plan wise. What Chandler does is, I'm guessing he's not going to go for a takedown unless he absolutely has to. But I think the longer this fight goes, if Oliveira can weather that initial storm of Chandler with the power he has, I think he finds a way to get a submission and a scramble. And I think he's going to finish the fight in, second, third, fourth round. Then we got Barbosa. Barbosa versus Burgos. Man, that is going to be an absolute war. I think there's going to be a ton of points on both sides. I just think Barbosa is the next level striker. I think Burgos is tough. He's good. He's got a hell of a chin. His chin is what scares me the most because he can need a shot to give back one. So, but I think Barbosa is going to show him that there's levels to this and outclass him on the feet. So for $7,800, I mean, again, another unbelievable value. Then I've got Araujo over Chookagian. I mean, and I'll just be honest, I'm picking her because she's the lock of the week. And I'm rooting for Jacob. I'm rooting for the fans. We want everyone to get their $10. So she's in my lineup. I think it's going to be a striking battle. So no matter what happens, there's going to be points. And she's got more power. I think Chookagian finds ways to win, but I don't think she's going to find one this time after Jacob made his pick. So I got Araujo for $7,400. Again, great value. And then my last pick, the one I keep flip-flopping on, and I might just do it again. So right now, I've got Jacare in there for $8,500. Leaves me with $200 in the bank. I'm going to probably watch tape on the 4 people involved in these 2 fights over the next 3 days and make a final call. But right now, I got Jacare in there. I kept considering switching him out for Dariush over Ferguson.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you're right. I mean, I had Dariush in there since the beginning. I'm just looking at it. I'm like,
yeah, I think Jacare wins, but he's so low volume.
I know. I know. Dariush is probably the pick. I don't know. I could see Jacare landing a bomb and knocking Muniz out. So I don't know. I've been flip-flopping. I've got Jacare in there now. It'll probably end up with Dariush after I watch, a bunch more tape. But so anyways, I got Souza in there right now. I think he's live for a knockout. I think that's really what I'm thinking is going to happen. I think if he wants to get takedowns, he will. I don't think Muniz is going to be able to take him down that easily. So I think Jacare controls where the fight is. I think he's the more powerful, more well-rounded striker. The big question, though, is his age. But again, we talked about it at our individual breakdown. His last 3 losses were the fluke against Kevin Holland and a split decision loss to the champ, and then one other close fight. So that's my lineup. I feel really good about it, but definitely check back later in the week for our final lineups. There's always drops. There's always sorts of crazy things that have happened throughout the week. So we'll be updating our final lineups on Friday night.
Yeah, come back. We'll do our final full walkthroughs, see where we end up. We always watch the weigh-ins. We do a little more research. You know, lots of things can change between tonight, which is Tuesday night, and Saturday night when the fights happen. If you have any questions, check out the individual breakdown videos. We have broken down every single one of these fights in detail. We sped that up for you here for our DraftKings picks, but we go through all 12 fights, each fighter in detail, how we think that will go. Comment down below whose lineup you like best. And if you are a member of the channel, you can now use emojis. So we have an emoji for Jacob, one for me, and one for Dan. Use your emojis. I'm curious whose lineup you like best. And we will see you on Saturday. Every single week, we give away DraftKings gift cards to the winner of our free DraftKings contests. Well, now, if you're a member, we have very exciting news. If you're not a member, we still have exciting news. So going forward, starting this week, what we are doing is the winner of the free DraftKings contest will get $15 cash money, not in DraftKings gift card, literally cash. If you want Venmo, we will send you Venmo. If you want it in PayPal, we will send you PayPal. However you take your money, we will send you money. Subscribers will get $15 if they win that free DraftKings contest. If you are a member, you will get $30 if you win. Double. We will double it. You will get $30 from us to you if you win our free DraftKings contest. If you are new here, there is a link in the description below. And in that link, you will join our DraftKings League. And every single week, we do free contests. You go in there, you set your lineup, you compete. It is 100% free. It costs you literally nothing to join, literally nothing to compete. But if you win and you're a subscriber, you get $15. If you win and you're a member, you get $30, however you want your money. PayPal, Venmo, whatever's easiest for you. If you're not a member now and you want to become a member, there is a join button right below this video. Click that button and become a member. There's also a link in the description of this video to become a member. I just want to give a giant thank you to all of our members and supporters. We had another amazing week. Thanks to you. I want to specifically thank Antsy Music, Chris Tarano, David Ramon, Chris Jory, Dunchichi, Jesse Cahea, Laputa, Joe Todoro, Logan Garrick, X Sweet Spot X, Jordan Burgard, Aaron Reynolds, Brent Hinson, Jill, Juan Valdez, Chris Riley, Kayla Roth, and Pierre Exelholm. Thank you all very much. If you are not a member and you want to become one, click the join button down below. If you want to support the channel, we have a donation link in the description. Thank you all very, very much.